Blind Chelsea, and I am finally back with another pregnancy update for you. So today I am 36 weeks and 6 days. 6 days, yes. And it has been an insane week. So let's start at 35 weeks and 6 days. Well, maybe 7 days. Yeah, 35 weeks and 7 days. That's when this mess started, at about 4 p.m. So me and Austin were trying to get our bedroom cleaned up and get the pack and play together and vacuumed and everything ready for the baby. And I was getting kind of tired. I'd been tired all day. I probably hadn't drank enough water or eaten enough food. And I was doing chores when I could, which wasn't very often because I was so tired. But either way, I was cleaning the kitchen and I was complaining to Austin that I was tired. So he told me to stop and go take a break, but I ignored him because I am so smart. And I pushed myself anyway, and I was doing the dishes. And I was looking around, I was like, man, it's like nighttime now. Isn't it like time for bed? And Austin was telling me, what are you talking about? It's like 4 p.m. And I looked up and looked around in my kitchen, which has like several windows in it, and the lights were supposed to be on. I was like, no, this looks like at least like 6 or 7. And I was like, oh, well, we just had spring, like daylight savings time. We just sprung forward. And then I was like, oh no, wait, that means that it should be brighter right now. And then I had to run that scenario through my brain like 5 times before I was convinced it was supposed to be brighter later. So I was looking around, I'm like, okay, I can typically tell about what time of day it is, unless it's like thunderstorming outside. And this, in my perception of reality, looks like 7, at least 6 p.m. But it should really look more like 3 p.m. because it's 4 p.m. and we just had daylight savings time. So something's wrong. So I asked Austin, I was like, is it like cloudy outside or something? Like, what's going on? But I can't even tell that this kitchen light's really on. Like, what's happening? I feel fine, I just feel tired. Like, why is everything darker right now? And I was starting to really, really freak out. So I immediately ran outside my front door and was looking up at the sky. I was like, this is not right. This is not 4 p.m. No. And he's like, well, it's a little overcast, like a little bit. I was like, unless it's thunderstorming right now, this is not what 4 p.m. looks like to me, especially daylight savings time, 4 p.m. So then we started doing some tests in the house. I was like, okay, maybe it is just really cloudy. Like maybe I'm freaking out. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. So I go into a room with no windows. It's my laundry room. The light comes on automatically. It's a motion in there. And it seems too dark in there for me as well. So then I really start freaking out. Because the thing that most people don't understand, that I at least didn't understand before I lost my vision, you're very attached to what you have left. Most legally blind people can still see something. And they are extremely attached to it. So when I realized that I could not see as much as I could normally see, I started crying. It was horrible, and I got on the phone with the doctor. I called my neuro-ophthalmologist. Of course, it was a Sunday, so I had to talk to the on-call person, and I was like, something's wrong. I can't, I know I can't see already. I know. But I can't see more right now, and I'm very upset. Everything should look I see it in shades of gray. Everything should look light gray right now, light gray blobs everywhere. And they're more like medium grays, and I'm not happy because I did not realize how attached I was to being able to figure out whether it was midday or whether it was midnight. And that's a very valuable skill, and I want to keep it. So the lady on call says that she'll give the notes to the doctor or the nurse, or I can't remember. I ended up talking to 3 people. So I'm waiting for the nurse to tell the doctor, and then the nurse to call me back with what the doctor said. And basically we decided the best description of what's wrong with me is it's like I put sunglasses on. I can still see some motion in my left eye, which is normal for me. I can not really tell much difference in my right eye because I'm only on light perception anyway in my right eye, but it's like I put sunglasses on and everything is darker and I am freaking out. So they have been warning me for at least the past 3 years, since I moved to Oklahoma and got a new neuro-ophthalmologist, that I am more likely to lose the remaining bits of my vision than ever gain anything back, ever. So we have been anticipating a vision drop of some sort for the past 3 years, but my vision has been stable for 5 years. Completely stable, completely the same. I have never, ever, ever thought that my vision has dropped before. So we dropped the, it's just cloudy outside theory, because it's not like it was the first day in the world it was cloudy. So they're thinking that it could be my condition, maybe, but the fact that I am pregnant and the fact that I have 2 blood clotting disorders and a history of multiple blood clots, I have to go to the ER. So just to make sure I'm not like dying. Yeah. So me and Austin, we're told at 34 weeks in my pregnancy that we needed to pack a hospital bag because if something happened, it was too far in my pregnancy for them to stop labor. They were just gonna let it go and I should be ready in case I had to go to the hospital. I ignored them. Austin did not ignore them. He kept reminding me every day I needed to pack my hospital bag. And I was like, but I kind of like the clothes I'm gonna put in the hospital bag, so I kind of want to keep them. So I don't really want to do my hospital bag right now. And again, didn't really listen to Austin because I am so smart. And now I have this news, I have to go to the ER. I'm like, great, I could have a blood clot. Oh my gosh, like this, probably not good. But at the same time, I was like, I really don't think I have a blood clot because I take a ton of anticoagulants. I do Lovenox injections I have 110 milligrams twice a day. That means I have 4 shots in my stomach every day of anticoagulants. And every month now, I get a blood draw and they check to make sure the levels are therapeutic and then I'm not gonna have a clot. And I just had one, it was Sunday, I had just had one Thursday. And they would have called me if something was wrong, unless they forgot. So that's all running through my head. And we're trying to pack a hospital bag in like 5 seconds. Never do that. So you do not end up with anything you need and you end up missing all the things you do need. So I call my family, let them know what's going on, tell them that I have to go to the ER in Oklahoma City. And my mom and sister decided they're gonna come too, so they're following us up there. So I get into the ER. And all I hear for the next several hours after explaining my issue and getting my eyes checked is people talking about corona. And one of the bad things about how close you are to other patients in the ER is that nurses and doctors and everybody forget that we can hear you through the wall. So I'm hearing these things like someone on the phone saying, yeah, we're just doing a ton of corona testing right now, and oh my gosh, I need yellow gowns, we're all exposed now. And another doctor comes into my room irritated saying, they are just not taking this seriously, people could get sick, it's filthy around here. And I'm like, there better be something wrong with me because I think I just got corona for being in this room. Like, it's very concerning when your doctor is telling you that every surface in the hospital is covered with corona. That's very scary. So they check my eyes, they decide that they look exactly the same on the instruments as they did 2 weeks ago when I actually had my last neuro-ophthalmology appointment. So it's not my eyes, they look the same. So if something's going on in my brain. So they decided to do an MRI. Turns out babies hate MRIs. And the whole time I was in there, She's like crawling up, I don't know, crawling, floating, swimming, whatever. She was in my lower abdomen, and next thing you know, she's on top of my stomach. Austin's theory is maybe she wanted to hear your heartbeat instead of the giant MRI machine. I'm like, I don't know. I think she was just irritated because, I mean, I'm an adult and I was irritated at how loud and annoying and horrible that MRI was, and I had earplugs in. So, I mean, I guess she had her own kind of earplugs, like my giant tummy, but yeah, she was not happy. So we finally get out of the MRI, and then we continue to wait downstairs in the ER from 9:30 p.m. at this point, because I got to the ER like at 5:45 after that ordeal with the doctors on the phone and then driving up there because it takes a hot minute. So it's 9:30 now. I'm waiting. And in the meantime, I keep reminding my nurses, like, I'm supposed to have my Lovenox at 7 p.m. I've told them this at least 4 times now. It's now like 9:30, and I'm like, I'm here to see if I have blood clots, and you're not giving me my anticoagulant medication, and I have some in my bag, and you're telling me I can't give that to me when I know I need it, and you won't even let me have water either, and I'm really thirsty. So I'm getting really irritated, and I didn't even have, I wasn't even in a normal room, exam room, like with a bed where you could go to sleep, because my bedtime is like 7 p.m. at this point in the pregnancy. And I'm just sitting in this really hard plastic chair, and I'm starting to have like significant pain in my pelvis and my tailbone and my sacrum. I've been going to physical therapy for it, and I'm just getting really irritated. And then every 5 seconds someone comes in and I think they have corona. So, or they go past talking about corona. I'm like, we're all gonna die. Everyone in this ER is gonna get it. So, finally, they give me my Lovenox, and then like 3 more hours later, at this point, it's like 1:30-ish. They move me to an actual exam room, and I get my nice, comfy as hospital beds can be, hospital bed, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go to sleep because they're apparently never gonna let me leave. And then in 5 minutes they come in and say, oh, you have a blood clot. And I'm like, what? How can I have a blood clot if I'm on like a ton of anticoagulants? Like, I didn't even know that was possible if I'm therapeutic. Like, that doesn't make sense. I'm therapeutic, so I can't get a blood clot. They're like, it is weird. Sometimes it happens. And like, so I have like magical super clotting powers? Like, that's my magic superhero skill? Interesting. And then I thought that would be a really cool story, like read about this person who they can just clot things. Like water, or I don't know, blood, or I guess any kind of liquid. Just, I guess their power would be they can like change matter from a liquid to a solid. Boom. So I guess that's like a freezing power. Whatever. That would be fun. Really cool superhero. So in real life, I am that superhero. I can just only do it to myself. So they then tell me that I'm going to be admitted to the hospital. But not that hospital, because since I'm pregnant, they're scared of me. So I have to go over to the pregnancy hospital where I've been seeing my OB the whole time. Because since I'm 36 weeks, the hospital with the eye equipment will not, I make them nervous. So I get over there, get in my hospital room. I swear it's like 4 a.m. at this point. Now they start treating me like a pregnant woman with a blood clot. And I did not know that was such a big deal. When you're 36 weeks pregnant, it apparently is. And they start telling me scary things like, I don't know that you're gonna be able to push. You're gonna have to have a C-section because if you push, it can make your blood clot blow up in your brain and then you'll like die. So we're gonna have to do like probably a C-section, but we don't wanna do a C-section with you because you could get a clot from the C-section that's not as friendly as this clot that has allowed to let you continue talking to us right now. You could have a stroke, you could bleed out in the C-section if we keep you around some thinners, but we kind of want you on thinners because you have a clot. And then they're like, oh, and you know how you were going to deliver at 39 weeks? Yeah, now it's going to be more like 37 or 38. We don't really know. So you just hang out here and we're going to start your heparin drip. Okay. So that's a lot. And I'm just confused because I just don't understand how I can take this much anticoagulants and still have a blood clot. And their solution is to give me a different kind of anticoagulant. But if I was therapeutic on the Lovenox and still got a clot, why would me being therapeutic on the heparin make me not have a clot? So now I'm just like, is there anything in this world we can do for me to not have blood clots? And apparently it's just gonna happen. Like, that's just how, like, it's an interesting feeling to just know how you're gonna go one day. And I'm gonna go blood clot, apparently. There's just, or I'm just gonna be like the magic Plinko winner and I'll never hit the bad one. I'll never hit the bad, like, peg hole thing, ever. I'll always win Plinko. Because I've been doing pretty good at blood clot Plinko so far. So, me and Austin are at the hospital, getting bothered every 5 seconds now because it's like 4 a.m. and they have to put the baby on the fetal monitor and they have to put me on like the contraction charty thingy so they can see if they could deliver me at 37 weeks, if the baby's gonna be okay, if she has to be delivered like right now or something. And every single thing they give me is normal. My blood pressure is normal. I don't have any symptoms besides the vision drop. The baby's perfect because she's fabulous. And my contractions are normal. I'm 1 centimeter dilated, which is not abnormal for 39 weeks. So I'm already progressing towards labor anyway. Everything's good. I feel fine. I'm just trying to sleep because I'm exhausted because I've been up all night. Oh, and yeah, getting my arms stuck with needles like literally 12 times because for some reason my body decided it didn't want to give blood. Guess I'm super clotty. So didn't want to give blood. So I have an IV in my wrist, an IV in my forearm, not my elbow, not my backwards elbow, in my forearm and my wrist, and it's horrible. I'm just like, ugh. So frustrating. And I'm just sitting there wondering what's gonna happen, and it's Monday now, and they said that we can't possibly make a decision until all the OBs are here for like a board meeting on Tuesday because you are so complicated. Great. So then about Monday afternoon I finally get some food. Oh, because they'd also told me not only could I not have water at the ER, I couldn't have food, and then when I was admitted in the hospital I got water but no food. Because I guess I might have a C-section in 5 seconds. I don't know. So finally, they decide that's not necessary because they're going to wait till like Tuesday to have a decision anyway. And I get some food, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to watch like Pirates of the Caribbean or something good on Disney Plus. And the neurologist comes in with like 7 other people behind him. I don't know if they were other doctors or other students. Nobody introduced to them. They were just all staring at me, and, or at least I assume they're staring at me. It'd be weird if they were looking at something else. So, like their phones or the wall. But, he then proceeds to say, "You do not have a blood clot." I'm like, what? "That's why I'm in here, buddy." He's like, "Yeah. Nobody checked your baseline MRIs, like the one you had last year. And I'm sorry, your brain's exactly the same as last year, and we just assumed because you had some narrowing in a vessel that meant blood clot, but it doesn't because you've always had it, and I'm sorry." I'm just looking around like I do for some reason. I don't know why I look around, but I do. And I'm just like, "So I can go home?" He's like, "From a neurological standpoint, yeah." "You're gonna have to clear that with your OBs since you're at the pregnancy hospital and they're in charge of you. But yeah, you're normal. You're fine. I'm like, so what happened? What's going on? And we do another test on my vision. We decide that it's not as dark as it was the day before. We use my phone to do that, which I thought was really smart of him. So things look the same on my phone as they usually do, which is like barely perceptible, but still perceptible. So I'm like, okay, so my vision is better than it was when I came in. He's like, I think you just got tired. Like, what? It's like when people push themselves and they're overworked or tired, they can have blurry vision or a dimming in their vision, or things seem fuzzy, and most sighted people will just like wash their face or take a nap or get some food or something and just try to rest. But when that happens to blind people, they freak out because we're very attached to what's left. And we do not think, oh, I'm tired. We think, oh, my condition is progressing. I'm going to be totally blind, because that has already happened to us and we're scared it's going to happen again. So I got admitted, sent to the ER, admitted into the hospital, threatened to have my baby 2 weeks early from already being a week early, just because I was tired and someone in radiology forgot to check my previous MRI scans. Yep. That was fun. Anywho, I don't think I can tell you about the rest of the week in this video, because this video is already insanely long. And we have only made it to Monday evening of this week. We are at Monday evening. So if you want to see what happened to me on Wednesday evening, click the next video. Thank you so much for watching this really long video. It felt long when it happened to me. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.